of administrations, and when politicians had vouched for a person in government, and even if that politician's term limits was up, that politician is responsible for the crimes and mutilations or violations of that person that he vouched for in politics. Like, say, for instance, there was a president or a governor or mayor, and they vouched for somebody that got into another branch of government, and then they committed crimes, or they were raping or mutilating or murdering people with satellites or stealing their money. That politician that ever appointed them is responsible for the actions of whoever they vouched for in political parties. Do you understand that? So, like, say, for instance, somebody vouched for somebody at the Treasury, and that's how their person got into the Treasury, and then they found out that the person was stealing from me, or the person was stealing from other people. When that politician vouched for that person, and when that politician left office, that person should have left that position if there was any corruption or criminal activity of that politician, or vice versa. Which means, like, say, for instance, if the president tried to appoint somebody to the banking industry or the Treasury, if that person is found guilty of financial crimes, that falls back on the person that vouched their identity. Do you understand that? They're delaying my words, so obviously they're making some types of delays on the video because I'm talking into my phone and my lips are still moving when I stop talking. So it's the video. They're slowing it or they're delaying it or something, and that is a violation of law. Any violations of communications, when my family owned some communication companies, my family always followed the guidelines. Anybody else misrepresenting the guidelines can get prosecuted. So in reference to, they're slowing the video. It's like slow moving. If a politician had a son that got into a branch of government, and then that politician had retired from government, and that person was the child of some senator or governor or mayor that had gotten into a branch of government, when that politician's term of his office was over, if their son or daughter that got into the CIA or FBI or NSA or any branch of government was found guilty of any crimes or suspicions, when there would be an investigation on that particular person that got into that branch of government based on the voucher of, or the vouching of their particular parent or government agents. Do you understand that? Or their family. Like, say, for instance, if, like I mentioned, if there was a senator that had a son that got into the CIA because their father was a senator, that senator is responsible for the actions of their son. And their son is responsible for their actions too. Do you understand that? So in reference to satellite controllers, government people, and somebody had communicated that one of these senators had knocked me out and his bodyguard was beating me up and fractured my jaw or something. The man has to get prosecuted for illegal crimes of approach. The government is not allowed to ever render me unconscious. They're not allowed to touch me. You need to find out what race and religion they are and prosecute them for racism, rapes, brutality crimes, and attempts of murder in every way. I have to play this video to see if it's delayed when I play the video. But, because it's still doing that. But in reference to these politicians and government people, when they've appointed somebody in government, and if there was suspicions arise from the activities of previous government, such as me not receiving my money, or me being blocked from my mother and father's estates, or people trying to ruin my career in Hollywood, or people trying to cover up the royal protocol that's in the media, that's in just about every movie and TV show on certain networks in America. Whoever's trying to steal my identity, they need to find out who that person's working for. And the person who hired them to do these things, to try to steal my identity, all the people involved must get prosecuted. You guys understand that, right? So, in reference to a politician, you might have appointed somebody into government, or they vouched for somebody, is what these government people did. You are responsible. for whoever you got into government, and then they conspired against the laws or tried to murder me or tried to rape me or tried to cover up documents of my identity or tried to steal my mother and father's property or any of my relatives' property in New York or any city. Somebody just wanted that known, I guess. So whoever somebody is and their tricks and manipulations or their hidden agendas, even when that politician leaves office, if they have contact with any of those people, or even if that person was found guilty of suspicions or crimes of trying to murder me and their branch of government or anything, they must get prosecuted. I have nothing to do with none of these people or their tricks, and I won't ever. So there needs to be court cases in reference to whoever's bodyguard tried to hurt me or damaged anything on my body or marked on my body or tried to slander my character, no matter what branch of government. I've been a royal hermaphrodite before any of you have been in government. It's my birthrights. In reference to anybody in government trying to take over the country or trying to steal the country for whatever their agenda is, this country has set laws. That means you got under government, or you got into government under false pretenses, and you had a hidden agenda to rape and murder or mutilate or to steal from people, and that is illegal use of credentials. There is no government office in this country that is meant for any criminal activity of government. They're all supposed to be honest positions in government. Every single one of them.